What's going on, y'all? I'm trying to keep the video posts like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but I'm still working on that. I think I might upload another video tomorrow just because it's highly likely I'm going to school tomorrow. It is a little chilly outside. I'm pretty sure it's going to snow later. But before it gets to that point, where it's 20 degrees outside, I might record a little YouTube video for y'all. So I wanted this YouTube video to be about something I've thinking about for a minute. And it's the idea of chasing a dream. This whole YouTube channel and the whole everything I'm doing social media is basically me, you know, chasing a dream and me wanting to become a social media influencer. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes down to chasing a dream, or at least how it's been for me, I've been thinking about quitting multiple times over these past couple of weeks because of how little progress I've really made. In all honesty, I've been doing this for like I've been doing the YouTube stuff for 3 months now. I've been doing TikTok for almost about a year. Next month will be the year mark of me doing TikToks and me doing workouts. The more I do this, the more I have to realize, and the more I see other people like doing this stuff takes a long time. And watching other people succeed a lot more faster than you do really starts to change your perspective on all this content creation stuff. I actually want to, make money and do a bunch of stuff with all this social media stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not just trying to get on here and yap and just have nothing come from it. I also want something to go towards y'all as well. The content, better content. I think I'm gonna try to make better content as these days pass on, but the only way we're gonna find out is actually waiting to see it, chasing a dream. I've been chasing this thing for like a good minute now, as I said earlier. It's definitely been a lot. I think I've improved with a bunch of things. Like if you go back to my older content, you go back to the content and you go to the content I'm posting now, you can really see that, yeah, a bunch of things have improved, especially with my, TikTok videos and my shorter form content. See, my long form content, I really am trying to improve on to make it better, but it's kind of hard to do that when all I'm doing is just sitting in front of the camera and talking for like 9 minutes. I mean, what do y'all think, right? All the work that I'm putting into this, do you think that at some point I'm actually going to get somewhere? Or do y'all think that it's kind of just over for me? And social media is a lot more harder than what I thought it'd be, especially when it comes down to getting famous and actually want to do this stuff long term. Because, while doing this, I've seen a bunch of people who've put in a lot more work than me make even less progress than me. And it's kind of crazy when I think about it. You know, I see people who put hours into a video just for to get only 900 views and only 50 likes. That's how I feel like I'm at right now. See, I can barely even I can barely even average 1,000 views, and that's my goal, right? That's one of my goals to average at least over 1,000 views per video. Cause at least means that I'm getting somewhere, right? But what am I trying to get at? I'm trying to say that like this whole content creation thing, people make it easier. People make it look easier than what it is. But I understand why. Because you're not going to see the whole other side or the bad side or you know, the long term thing that you're gonna have to do when it comes down to content creation. Of course. Why would anyone show you that? It's like everything that I've been doing and working on is kind of behind the scenes when it comes down to this. It's not really like I don't put it into the videos and show y'all. Like I don't show y'all the editing process. I don't show y'all none of that. I kind of just talk and just go on and speak about what I feel about speaking about. Especially when it comes down to having video ideas. Like I have to make sure to write them down or put them in my notes app just so that I don't forget about them. That's one of the things I don't speak about. Like this video idea I have for a little while, but some of my other videos I kind of just had to think of on the spot just because I need to get a video out then and there. Okay, if I really want to start making traction on social media, I gotta at least post 100 videos on YouTube and 200 videos on TikTok, maybe even 300 because I wanted. The goal started January 1st and is going to end December 31st or the end of the year. So right now I'm chilling. I'm just keep making YouTube videos in my backyard and just hopefully at some point my videos start gaining traction. One person shares it with their friend, another person shares it with a friend. That's kind of the whole thing when it comes down to chasing a dream. I think in the future I also want to try doing clothes. Because I am a big fan of clothes, but I don't want to make no corny YouTube merch. I want to make some actual good clothing that isn't really too expensive either. Because I can't just drop $1,000 jeans and expect my fans on YouTube to just go ahead and cop them. You know what I mean? Sure, it helps me out, but it doesn't help y'all out. And then it's gonna be like, okay, now he's kind of doing too much when it comes down to pricing. It's like, why are you doing clothes? We could just stick to YouTube. One day I want to have an advertisement, like I want to advertise something. But if I ever advertise something, I only want to advertise stuff that I can actually like believe in promoting, because I don't want to promote something that I would never use a day in my life. Like, I'm 17. At the end of the day, sure, I could get paid for it, but it's like, why would I promote something that I would never use a day of my life and that I wouldn't recommend others to use? You know what I mean? Like, if someone recommends me some type of food product, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it tastes good. No, I'm gonna tell you, like, as properly as possible, that it tastes nasty if it does taste nasty. You know what I mean? And I feel like saying this may make me a brand risk, but you know, that just means to make a product if you want me to actually advertise them. But I'm not nowhere close to being near anywhere like advertising ready. I only have like, my followers and my subscribers are not enough to actually advertise a thing. So I'm just chilling on that idea right now. And it's not really much of a thing to really worry about at this very moment. These YouTube videos I feel like aren't really the best. You know what I mean? I know there's a bunch of other people who can sit in front of a camera and speak way better than I do. But I feel like that what makes my videos unique, you know what I mean? Like, my videos are personalized for me. Like, you're not gonna see no other YouTuber have the same background that I'm having right now. Recording these YouTube videos takes me like 20, at least 20 or 30 minutes, you know what I mean? Just to set up the camera and to speak and then, do all of this and that. But like I was saying, teaching dreams is much harder than you might think it is going to be. The only thing I can tell you is try to make it as fun as you possibly can, but you got to understand this truly is a process behind this whole thing. I want to be able to say that I've accomplished something when it comes down to all this stuff, because I'm really all in, you know what I mean? I'm putting all my chips in one, like, I'm putting all my eggs in one basket with this whole thing. Of course, I do a bunch of other things, right? But when it comes down to social media, that's one of the things that I'm putting all my, eggs in, you know what I mean? All the eggs in one basket type of thing. Because I'm really thinking and I really believe in myself saying that, like, yeah, I can truly do this if I kind of set my mind to it. The work that I put into this is, you know, most people think that I really don't do much, but I promise you I do a lot more than what people may think behind the scenes when it comes down to this, especially when it comes down to recording YouTube videos. Like, I do put a lot of work and effort into these. It's just that most people don't see them because I don't really show the process behind it. You know what I mean? Like, this video is much more in depth than what I thought it'd be. But like, I don't really know what more else I could talk about when it comes down to chasing the dream. I can tell you some things I would like to do in the future, other dreams other than just YouTube. Like, these are things I want to do if I actually succeed with YouTube, so I can actually just branch off. Like, I want to do collaborations with big YouTubers. Maybe in the future, because I do still plan on making workout videos, but they aren't really the main focus right now. The main focus right now is just sit back and talk. But in the future, I do want to collab with some big YouTubers. And I think also, like I said earlier, I want to start doing clothes in the future. 'Cause I'm a big fan of clothing. I just, with the clothes I got now, it's kind of hard to express how big of a fan I am of clothing, especially with the limited amount of clothes I got. Because my fashion has changed a bunch over the years, but that's not important because that's not really the topic of the video. I don't really know what video is going to be coming after this, but I do know that this is basically the end of this video because not really much else I can really speak on. I'm going to go ahead and edit this and just leave it at that. So, with that being said, if you made it to the end of the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. It really does help the channel out. And that's about it. So, yeah.